What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyrus Filson. The Washington Commanders have fallen to 4-2 in a 23-30 loss to the Baltimore Ravens, as the Ravens move on to 4-2 and improve to 4-2. Guys, this was one of those losses where, you know, my initial reaction was, I was upset, of course. I was displeased with the result of the game. But overall, I'm not that mad at this loss. I can't be that mad at this loss because I've seen far worse out of this team in my years of being a fan of this team. I've seen far worse in different situations. This loss, if anything, showed me that this team is in a new era now. And I hope that's what it showed you, because a year ago, there's no chance it would have been this close. Not a chance. So to see the improvement from this team, to see that we are growing as a team and we're putting it together, and we're competing with one of the best in Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and the Baltimore Ravens, that shows me that this team has grit. It shows me that this team is open to big challenges and they're not backing down. That's what I saw from this team today. Now, with that being said, there were some things that really displeased me, regardless of how close we played. There were some things that we have to clean up big time. We need to clean up. The defense, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. So we start the game off on fire. We get the interception. Shout out Mike Sanderstill. Gets the tipped interception off of Mark Andrews, who was really having a down year so far this year. But then again, he did get a TD today. But shout out Mike Sanderstill, rookie making an impact. Love it. Gets the pick on Lamar Jackson. Gets the ball back for the offense. The offense doesn't capitalize. They get a field goal instead of a touchdown off of that turnover. You just can't have it. Not against Lamar Jackson. Not against the Baltimore Ravens. That might cut it against the Bengals, and that might cut it against, the Giants, the Cardinals, but not against the Baltimore Ravens. You have to capitalize every time you get down near the goal line. You have to score. And that's the problem. We couldn't punch it in today. But the defense was definitely the biggest problem in this game. The offense tried. I have to give them respect for their effort. There were some mistakes, drop passes, of course, penalties, all that stuff that needs to be cleaned up. But the defense was just pitiful. Pitiful performance from the defense, from the coordinator to our vets. Our vets were getting pushed around all game. It was just disappointing. That's all I really can say to this performance by the defense. Aside from that one pick, they were getting bullied all game. On the ground, when it came to rushing, they were getting bullied. Through the air, they were getting bullied. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and Zay Flowers had their way all game. They had their way all game, and it was nothing that our defense could really do. 308 passing yards by Lamar Jackson, 176 rushing yards for the Ravens. They dominated the run game as well. And then, for sure, I got to shout out this man, player of the game, Zay Flowers, 100%. 9 catches, 132 receiving, and 2 touchdowns. The dude's a dog. Shout out Zay Flowers. He's a dog. But he definitely deserves the game ball. But he was cooking Benjamin St-Juste all game. I mean, Benjamin St-Juste, this isn't the first time we've talked about this. Benjamin St-Juste is always getting his name called for the wrong reasons. Same as Emmanuel Forbes. Like they're in the same boat, in my opinion. They're in the same boat. St-Juste is a tad bit better, but it really doesn't matter. He's a liability out there. He's getting cooked time and time again. And I'm gonna be honest, straight up, as far as if you want to pick any player on defense that cost us the most this game, it was Benjamin St-Juste. He was barbecue chicken all game, cooked all game. It didn't matter who you lined up against him. Zay Flowers, it could have been Rashad Bateman, it could have been me, it could have been you, it could have been your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, it could have been your grandmother, your grandfather. It did not matter. He was terrible. It was disgusting to watch. I mean, I don't want to bash on a player too hard, but quite frankly, we've seen this out of him for seasons now, several seasons. Like, this isn't something that it's just like new or something. Like, this is not new to the fans. The struggles of Benjamin St. Juste, we've known that for a while. So this isn't surprising. He gets cooked again. I don't know what it's going to take for him to improve. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind trading him at the trade deadline. Shoot, just throw him in a package. I know nobody's going to want him like by himself, but if we were to package something and, try to trade for a DB, I say get rid of St. Juste, get rid of Forbes, throw in a pick maybe. We got to do something because I can't have it. We can't have it. Jaden Daniels deserves better. He deserves better out of his defense. And Benjamin St. Juste, it was like drive after drive. It's always him. It was always him. It was always him. And they didn't make the proper switches. They should have put him on, the third option or something. Because Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers, they were on him all game. You should have switched him off for somebody else because he just couldn't handle it. And I think Joe Witt Jr., he did solid the past 2 weeks, but, this week it was back to the struggling, back to the struggle. And I don't know what it's going to take to get some consistency out of this defense, but we need that if we're going to be serious about making a run this year, if we're going to be serious about, changing the culture fully, fully changing the culture. Because right now, yes, we made some good improvements. We made some strides. We're 4-2. That's a big deal. We haven't been, 4-2 in a long time, it seems like, right? But if our defense doesn't get their crap together, this season could go downhill fast. We already got the news that Jonathan Allen is injured. He had a pec injury. He's now out for the season. Devastating injury. That's unfortunate, but I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be. He wasn't doing much for us anyway. He's one of the highest paid D tackles in the league. His impact was very, very limited. He wasn't making much of an impact this season. He wasn't making much of an impact last season. To be honest, if I was Washington, if I was GM Adam Peters, if John Allen was healthy, I would have traded him at the deadline. You could have packaged him. I wouldn't mind packaging him, St. Juste, Forbes, and get us a corner. We just need a corner desperately because our cornerback room is 100%, without a doubt, the worst in the NFL. Right? We understand that. But for sure, we got a lot of things we need to figure out as a team. I think that this game showed we can compete with some of the best on a positive note. I think that's what this game showed. I think that some of the positive notes that I gathered was Jaden Daniels, his poise. Jaden Daniels did not get flustered. Jaden Daniels was hit hard several times, sacked several times, and he stayed solid. He stayed confident. He stayed poised. He didn't let it rattle him. He stayed locked in on the game and doing what he had to do. And I appreciate that out of our young rookie. The dude's a baller. The dude is a baller, and respect to Lamar Jackson for acknowledging that post game. But for sure, I think that this game showed we can play with some of the top, some of the best of the best. And the mindset that I have with this loss is we just played the hardest team that we're going to face on the schedule this entire season, and we lost by 7 points. So we just played our toughest matchup, and we lost by 7 points. I can live with that. I can live with that because this team is only going to improve. This is the best we'll be for week 6. What we want is to see this team get hot at the end of the season so we can make a playoff push and, try to get some things done, possibly win the division. That would be all great stuff for sure. But Jaden Daniels, baller. He continued to show why he's the best rookie quarterback in this class so far. But Lamar Jackson had his way against our defense. Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers. But on our side, our offense really, really struggled today. Yes, we went into this game as the number 1 offense in the NFL. And I'm going to be honest, we did not play like it. And a large part of that was because of the fact that Brian Robinson was injured. He was not active. He was inactive. He was out for this matchup. So all we had was Austin Eckler, Jeremy McNichols, and we did elevate Chris Rodriguez despite the fact that he did not play. So pretty much our rushing attack was basically Jaden Daniels, Jeremy McNichols and Austin Eckler, which was ineffective all day. The only rusher that really had any impact was Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels is our quarterback. So what happened? He's rushing and he's getting hit big time rushes, big time first downs, but he's taking big hits, and that's something you don't want to see. So, like I've said before, like I've said many times, and this is becoming a routine saying of mine now, if you have no run game, you have no offense. You have to have a rushing attack, because if you can't run the ball, if you can't run the football, you become very one-dimensional. And I think our offense was very one-dimensional today. I mean, thank goodness that we have Terry McLaurin, one of the best receivers in the NFL, because the touchdown catches that he made were extremely difficult. And not your average wide receivers are going to make those catches, and not your average quarterback is going to make those throws. But shout out to Terry McLaurin getting those 2 TDs. I love to see Terry get his stats up. Love to see him get what he rightfully deserves. On a positive note, I hope that Cliff Kingsbury continues to target Terry. He deserves his targets for sure. Another thing, going back to the defense, I literally don't know what Bobby Wagner was doing when that fumble happened. I mean, goodness gracious, you have the opportunity to win the turnover battle. You're up 1 turnover. You could have got 2. Do you know how much of a shift that would have had on the game? But Bobby Wagner, he's been in the NFL for 13 years. You're a 13-year NFL vet, and you still don't know how to watch the ball. It's right in front of you, and you're running right past it. The ball's right there. You could have recovered it. But it's not all on him, because there were other people who passed the ball too, but it definitely pissed me off. I'm like, guys, just watch the ball, please. Just watch the ball. Like, we aren't supposed to win this game, so we need any and everything. We need any and everything to shift the momentum. And that was definitely one of those moments where it reminded me of the old Washington. I'll just say that. That was definitely a Shaq and a fool moment right there. But overall, I feel confident. I'm not too upset about this loss. I feel confident in this team. And we got Carolina next week. We're going to get that W. We got the Bears after that. We're going to get that W. We are going to continue to elevate. We're going to continue to move on and to improve. This loss doesn't define our season. This loss doesn't change things for Washington one bit. We're going to continue to improve as a team, and I really think that we can make a push to win the NFC East division and to possibly make the playoffs. It's a real possibility. We just got to stay locked in and control our own destiny, control what we can control, and that's all we can do. But hopefully, Lamar Jackson and Jaden Daniels did their jersey swap. Hopefully, they send it over. I know that Lamar said he was going to send his jersey over to Jaden. I was looking forward to the jersey swap after the game, but I guess they'll send it to each other at a later time. But yeah, man, JD5, Lamar, those 2 guys, some of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL, and it was just awesome to see these guys duel it out. Two elite quarterbacks. They're going to be battling for years to come, hopefully. But definitely was awesome to see those 2 ball out. But in conclusion, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the 4th and Goal Sports YouTube channel. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow to the 4th and Goal Sports Instagram page. And comment down below, what are your thoughts on this matchup? What are your thoughts on this game? I know I talked a lot of junk before the game. I know guys are going to be talking on my head, not letting me live it down. I get it. But I'm riding with my team, win, lose, or draw. It's always held to the Commanders. We're going to keep it pushing. But this is the 4th and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyrus Filson. Have a blessed week. Have a productive day. Peace.